Hey, look, there's a tiny U underneath.
Oh no,
Yeah, let me get rid of that tiny U.
there's a baby Rena.
Well, baby Ren is gone
Not
now.
Rena.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's technically Angel, the baby
well, it was still a tiny Rena. Smile, anybody. Welcome in, welcome in. First thing we gotta do, we gotta get some rags and stuff. We need to clean up this mess.
Rena. X.
No, this mess that Celtro just left us.
I'm not cleaning it up.
Yeah, well, Celtro's gotta clean it up. He's the one that made the damn mess.
Prestidigitation, my friend.
I'm not doing prestidigitasis when it comes to bacteria. I don't care how much magic. Dirt is still dirt.
I don't think that's a dirt.
Then I'm definitely not just gonna magic it up. I'm cleaning that thing to hell and back. I don't care how much magic power I have, and this is the one time fire would actually be the proper response, and I'm not gonna do fire.
Salter, do you have worms? Do you need to go to the vet?
Do we need to feed him a combination of lavender and acidic compound number 27 to get rid of those worms? What?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what the vet is for, that they can properly provide the medication that Salter needs.
Apparently so, because worms. How did he even get worms? Does he?
I don't know. Probably eating poop outside.
You're his caretaker. Why you let him do it?
You think I let him do that? No, he does that shit when I'm not around.
Jesus.
God damn, Silver. I'll be eating poop that you find.
Oh, God. Wait. No, wait. Maybe it's a fake forest, but it's still a forest, so maybe it is other animals.
Yep, there's other animals. I've seen a deer that just decided it was a deer, but then it wasn't a deer.
I'm more confused at that one unicorn I saw.
Oh yeah, they're around somewhere.
No, I swear the unicorn looked like it just sniffed like 5 pounds of the white stuff.
Not the vet. No cone, please.
Like, I'm still
I
trying.
mean, you got worms, Saltro. You gotta go to the vet.
So you're not gonna get over the fact I literally just said it looked like a unicorn sniffed like 5 pounds of the white stuff.
I mean, no, that's fine. That's pretty normal. They got a lot of fun drugs in the Feywilds.
I have several questions.
What?
Well, first, is there a Fey Walter White? Because I kind of actually want to see that.
Walter White is.
You get on me for not seeing Hocus Pocus, but I can't get on you for not watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Well, I'm gonna start showing you some really good entertainment after you see Blade Runner.
I mean, you're gonna have to save up your points again.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. I got a list of movies you need to watch. Let's see, you need to watch Terminator 2.
Have I seen the Terminator? I think I've seen that. I've seen the Terminator movies.
I mean, the second one, the best one.
Yeah, I think I've watched 1 and 2.
Oh, then maybe not. I feel like that's quintessential to watch.
It's been a long time though.
Alright. Demolition Man's a movie you gotta see because
I haven't seen that.
ironically it was supposed to be cheesy like 90s movie and it somehow predicted the future we're in now. It's not even a joke.
I mean, you can say that about The Simpsons.
Yeah. Have you at least seen First Blood?
No.
So you never seen a Rambo movie, huh?
Nope.
Alright. How about Rocky?
Nope.
Alright, let me look through the list. Die Hard.
I know what Rocky is, but I haven't watched it.
Die Hard. Have you seen Die Hard? If not, I'm saving that for Christmas.
That's a toss-up of whether or not I've seen it. I don't remember.
Have you at least seen the original Star Wars movies?
I feel like I've watched bits and pieces of Star Wars movie, but never like completely straight there.
Okay, you've at least seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh yeah, that I've seen.
Yeah, good. There is no way in hell a Time Witch has not seen Lord of the Rings.
I love fantasy stuff, so.
So mostly anything sci-fi or action-based you haven't seen.
Potentially. I did eventually get into watching more sci-fi stuff later, and it doesn't mean like I don't like some action films.
So Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, absolutely. I fucking love Jack Sparrow. I watched, all of them? Pretty sure I watched all.
Okay. Next one I'm thinking about is Matrix.
I've watched The Matrix, the first one.
Alright. No, you've seen Predator with me, so I know that. Maybe Alien or Aliens?
I think I watched, I can't remember what movie it was, but this movie just came out, and I was pretty young back then. It may have been an Alien versus Predator movie. I was pretty young. I was on a date.
I wouldn't exactly call that a date movie. Well, first one is...
That's what my boyfriend at the time thought it was.
Alien versus Predator.
I think so. Hold up. Let me double check when that movie came out.
As long as it wasn't Requiem. God, that movie sucked.
It's hard for me to remember this shit because, like... I have to like look up because it was one of like either the Alien or the Predator or Alien versus Predator.
Yep, chat. Still tastes like vanilla ice cream.
I'm like looking this up.
She's still not paying attention. Excuse me.
That was 2004. Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, I know one thing. Your head wings are still delicious. You weren't paying attention. You didn't say anything while you were...
I literally am looking up when this movie came out.
And you didn't feel me licking your head wings?
I am super focused. Let me...
In that case...
Maybe it just markers.
Little shrinking magic just for the fun of it.
It might have just been the Predator. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Like, time is all like construct, okay?
Yeah, and you
Why
just...
are you making me tiny?
You were so focused you didn't notice that I made you tiny till now. And have you riding my...
I mean, I'm not gonna see it because there's gonna be a delay.
I'm trying to see if I can get your attention by literally having you ride my tail.
No,
Fine,
it's not gonna be what gets my attention.
Fine. But hey, here you go, you're back.
I was doing research on when the stupid movies came out. Did you know that there's a suggested watch order?
For...
The Alien
yeah, this is just to watching his first Predator, first two Alien movies, then Alien versus Predator there, and you're good. That's it.
No.
I mean, you really gonna watch those other movies? Maybe Predator 2, but... And maybe Predators? Actually, Prey was good, so...
Indeed.
Which one? Jones or movies? You said indie, so I was thinking Indiana Jones.
I don't say indies.
I heard you say indie. Well, then I guess you didn't hear me say anything about cheesecake then, huh? Alright.
Oh, somebody followed me actually called Cheesecake Gaming.
Cute.
They followed me because I had a clip on, was it TikTok or, I think it was TikTok. And they said, now you've got two cakes in the chat. The clip was of me kind of teasing Cake Husky and Seltron.
You know what we need to do now?
What?
Actually start the stream.
Sounds like a you thing.
Oh, the stream has been going. We just been chatting for a while. Normally this would be the point where we say, hey, you want to tell you what the game is? And you say, it's your stream. You should tell them. And then we go back and forth, and then we switch to the game. Let's go straight to the game. As we return to being the arcane attorney. Oh, we're actually going to be in court, Rena.
Oh, man. Now I'm going to have flashbacks.
Yeah, we better get dressed properly before we start. I'll get my ponytail up. Ironically, the jacket has to actually come off and it looks more proper. What about you, Rena? You know, we're about to be in the court, so you gonna dress up properly for it?
I mean, this would be my most proper outfit, technically.
What about your traveler outfit?
I mean, it's very revealing.
I mean, why do you think I got my shirt off?
I mean, I suppose.
Well, let me put it to you this way. You have a prosecutor in front of you who you kind of wanted to, you know. Nope.
Nipples.
Where? I don't see any.
Do you have dog nipples?
Do they?
Seltzer, do you have dog nipples or human nipples?
I have several questions, but let's get started. Let's go to court.
My models have nipples.
It's almost time for trial. Just take deep breaths.
The Chobi? Hi, Tara.
Gah! Celeste! Don't sneak up on me like that.
Told you. Outspoken. But why are you so nervous? It's not as if this is your first time defending someone.
I can't help it. There's something about this building that just fills me with anxiety.
It's too bad Ruby couldn't make it. I did say that you should calm down for Wallace's sake, but...
There are so many people here. And
I'm
they're all
socially anxious.
and they're all staring at me.
because you're a necromancer, you dirty, dirty necromancer.
Seriously, what you got against necromancers?
That's illegal.
Ironically, I trust necromancers more than some of the other quote-unquote wizards I've ever met.
Listen, okay, first of all, where I'm from, healing is not considered necromancy spell.
Yeah, or I'd be a necromancer. I mean, what? You heard nothing. Wait, why did I say that? You know I did support magic beforehand.
Necromancy is evil.
Look, it's not that bad, okay? Hey, YTC. Hey, end this debate. Is necromancy evil, or is it just people being stupid with it? You want a necromancer waifu?
You're weird.
Honestly, I'm just thinking about this, like, comic dub about the necromancer woman and her skeletons. And her skeletons are as bad as you and me, Rena. With one of them literally saying, hey, staring at our boss's cleavage is our job. I'll send you to that after the stream. It's funny. Because it involved a lesbian vampire woman anyway.
Lesbian vampire woman.
Is that that sentence exist, or is that a why can't that be me sentence?
Do they have massive honkers, or are they actually reasonable sized?
Cloak closed, it looks like a dude. And cloak open, they're big. So, that kind of level.
Doesn't really answer my question, but okay.
Really? I thought that would answer it.
Nope.
Because if they're massive, even with a cloak, you can't be confused for a dude, so. Back to the thing. And they're all staring at me.
More people die to fire magic every year compared to necromancy.
Okay, look. To be fair, Celtro, they were trying to kill me. I had free reign on that one. Like, not even the fake court could convict me for that one. They tried, but they couldn't. And their eyes are prying into me like a pack of flesh-eating maggots.
Gross.
Don't worry, Wallace. Our investigation revealed a lot of weaknesses in the prosecution's case. We have a strong case for your acquittal. Okay.
See, you can be confident when you want to be.
It's strange. Something is calming about Wallace's anxiety. It's like he just absorbed the tension out of you and into himself. Plus, to be fair, Rena, my fire is basically just instant disintegration. That's not really painful to kill somebody with. Let me guess. Still, you just gotta knock people out?
Yes.
But they keep coming back after me to kill me again.
Everyone is trying to kill you. I'm beginning to think you're evil.
Look, when I reawakened, they literally was saying, the great evil has returned. Because of the whole story of the chosen one bullshit. And look, I didn't kill everybody that came after me. You don't believe me, do you, Rena?
No.
Okay, you want to know how I got a good example? One of your wives is one of them. You literally seen the picture.
Yeah.
And I didn't kill her.
It's us.
You've literally seen the picture. You know who it is.
Yeah, but Tori also killed her.
I'm sorry, what?
Have you not seen Tori's lore video?
I have been back and forth, so I haven't really got a good chance to go look at it all of it.
Yeah, Tori's lore video, everyone does. everybody dies. Except Tori.
I'm gonna... Court is now in session for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready. Very well. Let's begin with the proceedings. Gears of War being remade? I'm not surprised, to be honest, YTC.
I don't know why he's looking up instead of, down.
Prosecutor Steelwind, could you please list the charges? I don't know.
Defendant is a student at Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy. Mr. Nightgrave is charged with first-degree murder, negligent misuse of the arcane arts, and illegal practice of advanced necromancy.
Necromancy? Do you mean to tell me that the defendant is a necromancer? A necromancer in this day and age? In this economy? How could they even afford bones like that?
Yeah, those tariffs, man.
Like... How could the kingdom let this happen? You guys never really know what goes behind closed doors when it comes to kingdoms, do ya? If you think it's all sunshine and rainbows. Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that they should view my client objectively. I legit actually have questions about that, Saltro. Of course. But one could easily see it from the list of charges. Necromancy plays a large role in the charges.
Oh yeah, I give Seltro bones all the time. I just find them and just give them to the dog.
Human bones? You guys call me messed up.
They're just laying around, after I kill a bunch of zombies.
Why do you say that like that's a normal sentence?
Have you not come to see the 7 Days to Die stream?
I'm always at work, remember?
You didn't go see it? Yeah, one of the things I do all the time is give Seltro's bones. Indeed, this crime occurred within the academy this morning. The victim, Catherine Bellwether, a professor at the school. Although there were no witnesses, traces of necromancy were detected on the body. Furthermore, the autopsy report showed that the body had no physical wounds.
I see.
Necromancy is the only type of magic that can harm an individual without physically wounding them.
I don't know, I can think of a few options.
Additionally, the alchemist report shows no sign of poison or disease.
Never mind.
Therefore, one can conclude that a necromancer had committed the crime. As many of you know, necromancy is held under high scrutiny by the Crown. Aside from the defendant, no other students are permitted to learn advanced necrotic magic. As such, the defendant was the only mage in that building capable of committing the murder.
I see. That is certainly compelling evidence.
To properly present our case, though, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orem White to the stand. Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings.
Yes. Yeah. It started when the City Watch got a call from the Imperial Academy. Someone was attacked, and the whole building was put under lockdown. We set up a perimeter around the area and waited for the lockdown system to deactivate. When we finally got into the building, the prosecutor personally inspected the body and detected traces of necromancy on it. There were no cuts and bruises on the body either. The entire body was clean. With those two pieces of evidence, we conclude that it can only be the necromancer kid that did it. Inquisition testimony is just as expected. You already found and identified the holes in Steelwind's case. All you have to do is find a hole in the commander's testimony. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. So, Rena, what's the first thing you think we should hit into? As my assistant, I always like to have a secondary opinion. The first one I want to talk to would be the inspection of the body. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why did the prosecutor inspect the body instead of the Inquisition? Well, how I conducted
the investigation is irrelevant to the proceedings. Or would you like to insinuate that I'm not as competent as Commander White?
To be fair, last time he did kind of prove himself worse. Remember? You don't question her competency, but it's still a bizarre decision on her part. While the court admits that the prosecutor's actions are unorthodox, we see no reason to question the prosecutor's ability.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There were no cuts or bruises on the body. The entire body was clean. How careful was the body check? Perhaps the prosecution missed something.
The coroner couldn't even find the smallest cut, bruise, or fracture on the body. Furthermore, the alchemist report showed no signs of poison or disease. The coroner was actually astounded by how unscathed the body was.
That makes sense. If someone had used many wounds on the body, it would have healed even the most minor of injuries. The question is, how do you prove that? Keep pressing. And the prosecution believes that my client used necrotic blight? Yep, it's the only way the crime scene makes any sense. Necrotic blight? I'm afraid I never heard such a spell before.
Necrotic blight is a spell that drains the life force from its target. When used on a living human, it makes the bodily functions cease, instantly killing them.
I see. What a horrible spell. Child's never been allowed to learn something like that. They call that a horrible spell? I know like 5 on the top of my head that's even worse than that. Oh, Rennie, you don't believe me? How about a spell that literally has somebody's skeleton literally go ripped out of their own skin while they're still conscious about it?
I mean, I didn't say that I didn't believe you. That is pretty horrific.
Oh no, I got some worse ones. Imagine one where you actually feel your whole body organs expand within while your bones can't even move. Like it's breaking into a wall.
I don't think I want to.
Oh, you think I'm bad? Jolene knows some even worse ones. Like, yikes. What were they thinking? Ugh, having a spell is not doing Wallace any favors. funny thing is necrotic blight is probably like the least painful way to do it.
We already investigated the crime scene. So we know that the Inquisition's theory contradicts one of the clues we found.
Right. All we have to do is present the contradiction to the court. Those are con saves and harder to pull off. Celdro? I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons sorcerer. I'm a regular sorcerer, so there's no such thing as a con save with those.
Unless you secretly have a con save.
So, it was the blood, wasn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't cause blood.
But I'm trying to figure out where the blood is.
The spell?
This one, here it is. Blood stain under the body.
Okay.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, that would be
I think I put it in the wrong spot, though. Because the music's not stopping, so I hit the wrong one. I fail to see how that proves anything, Mr. Cuthbert. Oh, I guess you're right. Huh. There it is. I should hit the one where it says the body was clean. Commander White, it appears you have neglected to mention one key detail of the crime scene. Yeah, and what's that? During your testimony, you said that the entire body was clean. I will admit that there weren't any wounds on the body. However, the body was certainly not clean. At the scene of the crime, there was a large pool of blood located where the body was. The blood came from the victim's body, and it was definitely not clean like the commander testified. I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but I fail to see the significance of this. I'd like to remind the court of the prosecution's case against my client. They are accusing him of murdering the victim using necrotic blight, a spell which would not have physically wounded the victim. So why are there any blood at all?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact still stands. There were no wounds on the body, nor were there any reports of poison or disease in the autopsy. There are clearly magical elements in this case.
But Catherine Bellwether was bleeding profusely at some time. How else would there be a bloodstain on the body? Do you have an explanation for that, Miss Steelwind?
No, I'll admit that the prosecution doesn't have an explanation for that. And while I do find the circumstances quite questionable, all other evidence clearly points to the defendant. If the victim wasn't killed with necromancy, why would he bear a trace of it on the body?
I'm glad you ask. I like to present a spell that could have left a trace of necromancy on the body. Where is it? Mend wounds. Mend wounds? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it a healing spell? That's correct, Your Honor. Spells from the school of necromancy can control the forces of death and life. Mend wounds is in fact a necromancy spell. Really now? I wasn't aware of this. Now I'd like the court to consider the following. What would happen if Bellwether was wounded and someone attempted to heal using mend wounds? All of her wounds would disappear from her body. I see.
Do you honestly think that I'm that incompetent, Mr. Cuthbert? Frankly, I'm a little insulted.
What?
The Inquisition is well aware of what happens when a mage attempts to save a victim using mend wounds. The healers that arrived at the scene already confirmed the victim was long dead. None of them attempted to heal her.
Well, what if someone tried to heal her and didn't report it?
Please, none of the healers would have anything to gain by doing so. In fact, as a necromancer, the defendant could have easily carried out the described scenario. He could have cast mend wounds at a victim after murdering her to confound the investigation.
At the end of the day, the burden of proof is on you. But if you could just find out who healed the body, the case is yours. And whoever the healer is, Valentina definitely knows her.
Because it's her sister.
Your Honor, I will admit that I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, I do believe that we can bring to light there may have been two people that witnessed someone cast magic on the body. Valentina and Valeria Enos, the sisters who discovered the body.
This is nonsense. We've already questioned those two witnesses extensively. If they had witnessed something like that, it would have come up in their testimony.
If that's true, then you have nothing to lose to hearing their testimonies.
Very well, if you're so confident, let's hear the witness's testimony.
It seems the prosecution has no objections, which is surprising. I'm used to Ace Attorney, them just like objecting to every small thing.
Yeah. Objection.
However, this line of question leads nowhere. I will see no reason to further prolong the trial. Do you understand, Mr. Cuthbert? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, she freaking out. See the necromancer's lawyer? She just got on the stand. She's already stressed out. This could work in your favor.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
My name?
Witness, there's no need to be so nervous. We merely want to hear about what you saw on the day of the murder.
Right. It's just the guy over there. He...
You mean Mr. Cuthbert? Does this man harass you, witness?
Wait a minute. Yeah. He, super harassed me. How shameful. I would expect a member of our justice system to behave more professionally. Girl, even you're gonna be joking at me? Oh, shut up. Anyways, please state your name and occupation for the court, Miss Enos. Just calm down, he can't prove anything. My name is Valentina Enos. I'm a member of the kitchen staff at the Wavering Guard Imperial Academy.
As I recall, you're the one on the witness who discovered the body. Apparently, the defense finds your involvement suspect. Rest assured, Miss Enos. In this courtroom, you'll be protected from Mr. Cuthbert's harassment.
Ugh.
Now, please testify to the court what happened that day. Oh, don't do that. I'll start doing it.
Got it. Yeah. I was walking with my sister in the West Wing when we noticed something in a nearby classroom. We looked over to see who it was. Then we saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the floor. My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood. While my sister did that, I used an emergency communication device to call for help. But it was too late. By the time her bleeding stopped, she already lost too much blood.
She tried to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
If your theory is true, that means she just lied in her testimony. She's definitely holding something back.
She's definitely saw more than she's letting on. Just need to prove that somehow. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. How about this? The sister tried to help. She tried to help her? Miss Enos, how exactly did your sister try to help Miss Bellwether? There's the slip-up. What? Oh, My sister used first aid to try to stop the bleeding. I see. Could you please add that detail to your testimony? Yeah, sure. She used first aid to apply pressure to a wound to stop the bleeding.
Aha, there you go, wound.
Yeah, but which one?
No, the autopsy report that says that there was no wound.
Okay.
Witness, what is the meaning of this?
She's the one that calls it out, too, when I yelled objection. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Maybe I can elaborate, Miss Enos. You weren't present in the gallery earlier, were you? No, I was waiting in the library. Lady Steelwind told me to wait there. Well, I suppose I should consider myself lucky. You see, Miss Enos, one key element in the case is that the body didn't have any wounds on it. Yeah, so? So please explain to the court, Miss Enos. How did Valerie apply first aid when there shouldn't have been a wound in the first place? She fucked up. What? There's clearly something amiss here. But I'm afraid I do not fully understand the implications of this. Are you accusing a witness of committing perjury, Miss Cuthbert? When someone lies, they stay close to the truth as possible while changing minute details. In her thoughts, Valerie said that she was sure she saw a wound on Miss Bellwether. And she also mentioned that Valerie was the one who tried to save the professor. If she didn't try to save Bellwether with first aid, could she have used magic instead? Her sister could have been the mage that we're looking for. The witness was lying, Your Honor, but not about everything. Valerie Enos did try to save the victim's life by addressing her wounds. But she didn't use first aid, she used magic.
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but your theory is completely flawed.
How so? How so, Miss Steelwind?
Well, it's quite simple. We've already verified that neither of the sisters are mages.
What? Wait, how can you be so sure?
During the investigation, we had both of the sisters attuned to a spell compendium. The standard procedure for the Inquisition when interviewing witnesses.
Then that means...
That's correct. Neither of the Enos sisters could attune to the compendium.
Haha, that's right. The Inquisition both checked this out. Neither of us are mages.
Yeah, except they're twin sisters.
That's a good point. Damn it, were you wrong about Valerie being a mage then? No, that can't be right.
They're twin sisters.
Our thoughts said he found us out. That means that you were on the right track. Valerie has to be the mage you're looking for. Celeste, is it possible for a mage to hold a spell compendium and avoid attuning it?
No, it just needs to be on their person. When I was arrested, the Inquisition also made me attune to one of their spell compendiums. They were really careful to make sure that I did the attunement correctly. There's no way a mage could avoid attuning to the compendium with them watching me.
Right. Commander White may be negligent sometimes, but even that careless.
Now, if you're done, I do believe that you've exhausted all options.
Wait! I'm still not done cross-examining the witness.
What do you possibly hope to glean from her testimony?
Valentine should be stressed out enough to see more of her thoughts. But you can't exactly say what you're planning to read her mind. There's one key element in the testimony the court is overlooking. I have a right to, as an attorney, to complete the cross-examination.
Your Honor, the defense is clearly trying to buy time.
Oh, I may be compelled to agree with you. However, I also admit that some elements of the witness testimonies are quite peculiar. I will allow the defense to perform one more cross-examination. That was close. But know that this is your last chance, Mr. Cuthbert. If you produce nothing substantial, I will pass my verdict. Of course, Your Honor. All right, it's all or nothing. If you can't find anything by reading her mind, the whole case is finished.
Witness, please give your testimony once more.
Okay. Like I said, my sister and I saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. We rushed over to her. I was definitely surprised when I saw her like that. Now that you mention it, I don't know if I saw any wounds on her, but I definitely saw blood. I can't go back now. I just need to play dumb. My sister tried to save her, but she didn't use any magic. Valerie, you're too kind-hearted for your own good. Neither of us are mages. Both of us held the book Dice gave us. I was caught off guard when they asked us. They almost found us out. The commander was watching us the whole time. He could confirm it. There it is. Like you said, Renna.
Told you, they're twins. What are we gonna do? We have pretty hard proof that Valerie isn't a mage.
Valerie is the mage we're looking for. I'm sure of it. I'm just not sure why they felt they needed to lie to the Inquisition. And more importantly, how did they trick the Inquisition? Huh. The commander was watching us the whole time. He could confirm it. Miss Enos, your thoughts betray you. What? You found the thought. They must have done something, but what? It must have happened when Commander White was interrogating them.
Arm was the one who collected their statements.
Did he notice anything off about their behavior?
From what he said, they had a few quirks, but nothing too suspicious.
Quirks?
He told me they were running and spinning around him during questioning.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Perhaps they were still on edge after finding their coworker murdered.
Running and spinning. Her thoughts also said it's a good thing we're twins. That means that the so-called trick wouldn't have worked if they weren't twins. Yeah, Valentina switched with Valerie, right? Mm-hmm. No, there has to be a way that the twins trick Commander White. Still, instead of two of them are running in... Why would they do something like that? No, wait. Orm incorrectly
switched places with. I think that's that the Valerie switched places with the other one.
So it's Valerie switched places with Valentina?
Mm-hmm.
But she's not on this left side.
So it's no, she's right there. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Valentina switched places with Valerie.
Yeah, but I hit that earlier. He said no, that was wrong.
No, you didn't. You didn't have switched. You had a different word there.
Oh. Of course, they switched places. Valentina attuned to the first spell compendium. Then she pretended to be Valerie to attune to the second one. Commander White couldn't tell the difference between them. Miss Enos, there's something I want to confirm. During the investigation, both of you and Valerie attuned to the spell compendium. Am I correct? Yeah, the Night watched us do it. And how did he have you do this? Did you both attune to those compendiums at the same time? Or did you attune one after another? What? No, wait, does he know what we did?
I fail to see how that makes a difference, Mr. Cuthbert.
Yes, I agree. The spell compendium would work regardless of what order they went in. You may not be aware of this, Your Honor, but Valentine and Valerie Enos are identical twins, which means that their physical appearance are nearly identical to each other. If Commander White didn't have them attuned at the same time, what would stop the twins from switching places with each other?
This is clearly nothing but baseless conjecture. Orem wouldn't fail at something such a basic task.
Really, Prosecutor Steelwind? Did you find it hard to believe that Commander White would fail at a task like this? Well, wait a minute, this is crazy. We didn't trick the Inquisition. My sister and I are not mages. Then prove it, Miss Enos. Bring in your sister and we'll have you attune two spell compendiums at the same time. No, wait! Order in the court. It's clear that we won't get anywhere unless we test the defense's theory. Bailiff, escort Valerie Enos to the stand and bring two unattuned spell compendiums.
They both had their hands on the compendium for the last 10 minutes. There's no way they can fake in front of this many people.
Alright, it's the moment of truth. You can only hope that your theory is correct.
No. Did he seriously?
What is a Prosecutor Steelwind? What did you see?
What I see, Commander White, is seeking new employment in the near future. It appears the defense was correct. Valentina Enos isn't, but Valerie Enos is. What's more, Valerie Enos' compendium contains Mend Wound spell, which makes the defense's theory entirely plausible.
Please, just allow me to explain.
We should allow you to explain what exactly? You're an unregistered mage. You and your sister have made fools out of all of us with your perjury. Can I just have a quick bathroom break?
Sure. Chat, we'll be right back. She gotta do a quick bathroom break, and honestly, so do I. We'll be right back. Hang on. Your friend wrote down. No, Xanthi, thank you for being an awesome friend to us. We never would have gotten where we are without you. You're an inspiration to all of us. Never forget that.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you, I'm gonna cry. I want to give you a hug so bad right now.
Orange creamsicle cheesecake.
Mine was
Aw,
so
man.
innocent.
That's not
Hey,
good.
such a nice
Oh my
cheesecake.
God.
John
I did
Lewis
not think
pumpkin
it was
baking.
a cheesecake.
You thought it was my pumpkin cake?
Yeah.
Mine was so innocent.
No. You know what the funny thing about the Xanthi's drawing is?
What?
I get you're holding it, but the position you have it, it literally looks like I'm fucking the cake.
No.
And now you guys can't unsee it. Thank you, and good night, chat.
He's fucking the pumpkin cake.
That's right. I'm going to fuck the pumpkin cake.
Stop.
No, it's who she belongs to.
Yep.
Like, one tag on one of my ears with Joris's name and one with Aeon's name on the other ear.
Who said it was gonna be on your ears?
Oh.
Where would the tags be if not on my ears?
Here we go. Pokemon. Holy shit, that's a lot of stairs. Alright, we just gotta go up these steps. Go up these steps. I'm back. Wow, oh, Rena's still in the bathroom. Give us a second, chat. Well, we do this and we wait for Rena to come back. Water ASMR, because you always need water. Chat, you best be drinking water as much as you can. It's gonna get hotter than you can imagine. Nice, clean liquid H2O to help you with your life is always important to have. It's always important to keep yourself hydrated while we wait for Just gotta eat the Rena's wings again. Because it's always fun to lick these head wings. Well, since I'm here... Man, she's tiny. Yeah, she's definitely tiny. Oh wait, I did shrink her. I don't think I actually got her back to a normal size. That's better. Now, since I'm here. Actually, it's starting to get cold. I'll put my jacket back on. Hello. I think you broke your voice. I can't hear anything.
I muted. I only just like sat down.
You look like you were talking.
Nope.
Don't mind me. I was just eating your ass.
Animal.
Oh, come on. You do the same thing.
I don't eat ass. That's one thing I strictly do not do.
You're the one who's obsessed with ass and you won't eat it?
Yep. I like to squeeze it. Not eat it.
Don't you also like to smack it? Anyway. How would you know what it's like, Lady Steelwind?
Look, do it. Okay. What?
Did you think we didn't notice your name? You're not like us. You don't have to hide.
Huh.
Whatever. This whole situation has gotten out of hand. I didn't think hiding it would cause so much trouble. And I won't let someone go to prison because of me, even if he is a necromancer. Please let me testify about what I saw. I'll tell you what really happened that day. Very well. But understand that there will be repercussions for your actions, witness. Yes, I know. My sister and I were walking in the hallway from the kitchen to the foyer. Then I suddenly spotted the professor lying in a pool of blood in a nearby classroom. Valentina used the communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I casted mend wounds on her to close her wounds. But it was too late. I closed the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead. There was a hole in her stomach? Your Honor, as you can clearly see from the witness testimony, the trace of necromancy left behind by the witness was not my client.
Oh, excuse me.
What's more, it's clear that there was a physical wound on the body. I see. Well, his words trail off. He clearly doesn't want to pass a verdict when there's no clear culprit. But he has no choice. The case against Wallace is predicated on Bellwether being killed by a necromancer. With Valerie's testimony, the prosecution doesn't have a shred of evidence implicating him. Very well, the court sees no reason to prolong this trial. With the new developments, the court has no choice but to find Wallace Nightgrave not...
I believe the court is ignoring one key detail of the witness's testimony.
And what would that be, Miss Steelwind?
Let's re-examine the witness's testimony.
Valentina used a communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. I saw that she was bleeding, so I cast mend wounds on her to close her wounds. But it was too late. I closed the hole in her stomach, but she was already dead.
Communication device that Valentina Yanis used logs the time of day during each use. From the log, we show that Valentina uses this device at 3:04 p.m. That was an hour after the time of death.
Where are you going with this?
Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim before the body was found. Jean Hughes. He, along with another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallway before the body was found.
I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere. It was probably 20 or 30 minutes before the twins found the body.
To 30 minutes before the body was found. You see the discrepancy, Mr. Cuthbert?
Huh? Wait, that can't be right. Bellwether died more than an hour before the body was found? So how did John see her half an hour after her death?
I wonder, Mr. Cuthbert. How could one make a dead body move and walk around?
No, you can't mean...
There's more than one piece of evidence that pointed to necromancer committing the crime. Defendant murdered the victim and used necromancy to animate her corpse.
An undead crafted within the Imperial Academy? How reprehensible! That's ridiculous. She had a hole in her stomach when the twins found her. John Hughes might have noticed that.
An animated corpse stops the flow of blood, so she wouldn't have tracked blood anywhere. The defendant is also proficient with illusion magic. He could have easily used an illusion spell to hide the undead Bellwether's wound.
But another party could have easily used illusion magic to disguise themselves as the victim.
If that were true, how did they move the body to the classroom?
Miss Steelwind, if your theory is true, it would mean that the murder occurred elsewhere. Would the Inquisition happen to know where?
Regrettably, we do not.
Then the prosecution's case against my client is still faulty. You can't convict my client without more evidence. I agree with Mr. Cuthbert. With these new developments, the court sees it fit to suspend the trial for the time being. We will give law enforcement time to investigate these unknowns. Court proceedings from this case will resume tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned.
Smack that gavel.
Alright, then later I'm gonna smack that ass.
Hey, are you feeling okay?
A body is seen moving around a half an hour after death. It clearly wasn't Bellwether, or at the very least, she wasn't alive when this happened. So what was it? There's illusion magic involved. There has to be. But which spell was it? Could it have been illusionary disguise?
Illusory disguise. Tyrion!
Ah, what?
Been quiet since the trial ended. You're making me worried.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the steel one said.
You mean about her theory? It's so creepy when you think about it. Do you really think someone just turned the professors into an undead?
I don't think so. The prosecution's case hinges on one clear fact. That Wallace was the only high-level necromancer nearby. You have to assume that he's the only person capable of using that type of magic.
But then how was she walking around?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's a given that Wallace didn't touch the body, so we can discount the use of high-level necromancy.
No matter what, someone used an illusion. But aren't the spells that create freestanding illusions not just disguises?
I honestly don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows more about that type of magic. Wait, didn't Iris said that she was studying illusion magic? She might be able to tell us something like that possible.
Is that really a good idea?
What do you mean?
What if she's the one who created the illusion?
What? Detecting fear from her again. Celeste, are you scared of Iris?
No.
I saw it this morning too. You always get real scared when she's around.
Oh, I thought I was doing a better job at hiding it. Sorry, it's not based off of anything real, but for years I've been working as a mercenary. When you do this kind of work, you build up a instinct to sense danger. You kind of have to if you want to stay alive.
Sorry, I never knew.
And I fought literal monsters and barely escaped with my life. But when I'm near Iris, none of those creatures are even close. I get this feeling like it's like I'm in front of a predator that I couldn't even hope to beat. Every instinct I have tells me to run whenever she's close by.
Really? But she doesn't seem that dangerous.
I know. I just think maybe I'm getting anxious or something. I should know better than anyone not to judge people by their appearances. Sorry, forget I said anything. If you think we should talk to her, then we should do that.
You don't want to discount Celeste's instincts. She's always been reliable, and if Eris is making her scared, that must mean something. But if Eris really is that dangerous, then that's all the more reason to talk to her. But aside from that, there was also something else the prosecutor said.
Mr. Cuthbert, there was a witness who saw the victim's body before it was found. John Hughes. Hmm. He, along with the another witness, spotted Bellwether walking in the hallways before the body was found.
She said along with another witness. That means that there was another witness that saw Bellwether walking around.
Right, Shen probably isn't the most reliable witness. So, talking to that other person might help us figure out what happened. But do you think Stewin will tell us who the witness was?
At this point, we won't lose anything by trying. In any case, it looks like you have your work cut out for you. So, where should you start first? So, at this point, which way you want to go?
To bed.
Yeah. I figured. We're both yawning.
Yeah. My stomach also hurts really bad.
Oof. Let me see if somebody else is playing this game. And if not, I know who we can probably raid into. Nope, just us. So, it looks like it's just us raiding. So, I'm either thinking of Kuro or Ray.
Whoever you think would be the best.
I think we raided Ray many times, but I haven't raided Kuro in a long time. So, when we go in there, I need you to go steal his crown. Not even for me, I just want you to do it so I can laugh. So we're going to go raid into King Kuro, everybody. Make sure to help Rena steal his crown. Any last words?
Be well. Be safe.
And help her steal the crown. Bye.